Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple couch potatoes in love that love reacting to some Castlevania.
Yes, we do.
And so this is Castlevania Season 2, Episode 4. And if you want early ad-free access to these reactions or see our full watch-along reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a link to Patreon there. That's Bucky.
Yep.
And he's trying to figure out his
sleeping arrangement.
Sleep. Yeah.
And this is Faxi over here.
Yeah.
You might hear her snore a few times.
She's figured out her sleeping arrangement.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think someone's hungry.
Yep.
Godbrand is here.
Just knowing certain death's coming your way.
Thinks it was fast.
Mm-hmm. Mmm.
Oh. I mean, just jump, dude.
Yeah.
That's certain death.
Brave livestock.
Brave livestock.
Godbrand.
He didn't even like drink any of them.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Ah, blood. Fuck your eyes, man. Bring me blood and beer. No, that's not fair. Damn it all. That bloody woman is right. Some things must be done.
You're not the guy to do it, though.
What the hell is this?
You don't know? This is your house.
Do you know everything in your house?
I don't have a house.
She doesn't have a house.
That was rhetorical.
Rhetorical house that she doesn't have.
It was a magic mirror.
Also,
Sassy Alucard.
some of them even allow matter to pass through them, but no, this is a simple remote viewing mirror. You have the most fascinating family junkyard, Belmont.
You're a cockwart, Alika.
You are an adult. You do not have to rise to his every barb.
He's pissing me off like it's his job, Cypher.
Grow up, Trevor.
Ooh, use your first name.
Now, but Trevor doesn't sound very local either.
And his name was Trefor with an F.
Trefor. Treffy?
Oh my god, no.
You are Treffy now.
Don't.
Aww.
But Dracula respects my skills. And the human world cast me out long ago.
Dracula has failed his own people. You see that, don't you?
I believe he loved her. He is capable of love.
Yep, she's not, though.
If you love something, you act to keep it with you for as long as you can.
He wasn't there.
She saw weakness.
He was traveling like a human at her whim, making her a vampire and bringing her into our community.
It's not what she wanted.
Loyal to Dracula and the Night World, aren't you?
Of course I would have.
He considers us less important than the brief life of a mistreated pet.
It sounds confused.
He's probably got a little bit of that.
Should this war be prosecuted by a confused man?
Because he's confused.
That you yourself, a loyal servant of the Night World, a prized asset in our lives and wars, are in fact, you threw in your lot with us because it was your path to greatness. Rampages across the face of the earth in mad fury. I ask you again.
He promised me that this would be a cull. That humans would be reduced in numbers and control.
Why would he tell the truth to a human? Even you.
She's good. The hand on the shoulder and everything.
I love my work.
I know you do. You just have to answer one question for me.
And what's that? You don't say something like that out loud in this place.
Coddling a broken old man. The castle must land at Brayla. The castle lands in Brayla, by the river. My own forces will take the castle and unseat Dracula, going forward to control and surround the human race.
Dracula is powerful. Your forces alone may not be enough.
They won't be.
You're right. Brilliant, Hector. Which is why you must do something for me.
Sounds like he's doing a lot for you.
Yeah.
What are you doing for him?
Other than like totally manipulating him. Which Dracula's gonna kill you all. If you conspire against him.
Yep.
Not just the puppet master.
I heard you moving across the sand.
Most people can't hear me moving at all.
There's nothing out here but the sand. What brings you out here?
You. Invite me across your threshold, Isaac. Do you remember how we first met, Isaac? Say the words, so I know you are still my friend.
I was being hunted by brigand magicians who wanted to kill me. Someone like me is, in parts of the world, a rich supply of ingredients for potions, spells, and even aphrodisiacs. The only person in the world who ever lifted a hand to protect me from anything.
I do have need of your work. The human race has betrayed me for one.
War, then? You need an army of the night? Your passions are rare and pure. War sounds like a small thing for you.
I mean to end the human race.
And you want my help to do it. Do you remember my first words to you?
Yes.
Don't eat me.
Indulge me, Master Dracula, so that I may know you are still my friend.
It always sounded peaceful to me.
Let us begin.
Okay.
Yep. Much more loyal than the vampires he's associated himself with, so. Cool looking horse.
Drinking fucking pig blood. They will never see us coming, and fuck them if they do. Tonight, we feed.
Cool.
That's
I don't even know what it is, but
Playing a game with someone on the other side?
yes. Take your stupid cloak back. Everyone will move out of his way.
Isaac, I feel like the tone of the war hall is turning against me. Even Hector looks at me as if he no longer knows me.
He's a gentle soul. Probably the same little boy who didn't understand why he was beaten for keeping pets.
His pets were reanimated dead animal. Any parent's discomfort with a dead cat doing a dance in the lift.
He really only wants pets, you see. That's how he perceives your war.
That does make him easy to lie to.
You are Dracula. No one has a right to your true beliefs. You've given me purpose and treated me with respect. You are unique. You don't owe anybody anything.
You, Isaac, are the only one I've told the truth to, who grasps the necessity of it all.
How can I be of service to you, Master Dracula?
Keep an eye out.
Are you still my friend?
He needs your eyes and ears.
Then know that you may be alone.
Ooh. See? He's no dummy. As broken as he is, he still sees everything.
Oh man. This poor town.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Do you need them all?
bit lonely.
My dusty old sheet is big enough for two. And nobody was ever lonely in this house.
Thank you.
Is Alucard asleep?
He's still poking around your family's things with a look of faint disgust. It's strange.
How so?
He's intelligent, sometimes even witty in his way. He's a person in his own right. But it's like he's a cold spot in the room. It's not like your sadness.
I'm not sad.
Sure, dude.
But I can shout at you or tease you, and
You're the biggest sour face.
his sadness is like an icy well. It's bottomless.
Am I really sad?
You don't even notice it now. It's just how you are. You'll tell me nobody's ever lonely in your house. And offer me your stinky blanket.
That stink might not be my blanket. I wish you would stop doing that. It's sick.
The body is sick. It must be purged.
It's also pretty dangerous to do that
Is holy
in a
work.
house of vampires.
Yeah.
Dracula drafted you into his service. I wonder.
Human corruption is a stain on the world.
Well, talking about choices, Carmilla's making a lot of sense.
In
She
what
has a
way?
way too.
There's no plan. He barely listens to you and Hector. We're just thrashing around the country randomly.
We don't need strict battle plans. We simply follow his intent.
And we should have been made aware that Alucard was under the Bloody City. Alucard knows almost as much as Dracula himself, and he's almost as strong. I'm saying it may be time for the old man to sit in his study, do it right, set up a livestock pens, and pursue the war properly. It's not betrayal, unless the old man decides to be difficult.
I see.
Okay. I thought he was going to tell Dracula, but no.
I thought that's what he was gonna do too.
He's going to take care of this himself.
Oh,
Oh, damn. Not how I expected that to go down.
no.
Isaac's badass.
Isaac's kind of terrifying.
Right? Wow. Yeah, I thought like he was gonna go tell Dracula and Dracula was gonna take care of him, but no. Isaac is someone that likes to handle, business himself and feels like it's his job to protect Dracula. I thought Godbrand was gonna last like maybe till the end of the season. I didn't think he was gonna die this episode.
I don't know if I expect him to make it to the end of the season, but definitely didn't see it coming this fast. I was thinking like maybe an episode or two after this.
Yeah.
Isaac is loyal. Like
His only
really
friend.
freaking loyal.
Yeah.
His whole thing of like, we don't need a plan. We don't need to know the ins and outs. We just need to follow his intent. Just follow Dracula's intent. That's all you need to know. And that should be enough. That was a really powerful statement as to where Isaac stands in all this.
Well, I believe earlier in the season, Isaac talked about, the lack of love and like by killing all the humans, there's like, can bring more love in the world or whatever. And like, it seems like Isaac understands love and is pained by the absence of it, and has found it in Dracula's friendship. And whereas Hector doesn't seem to have, can't form that bond with anything else other than like his animals. And so like can't really trust anything that he hasn't created himself. Like I think he's like thinks like his animals are being the only ones that like are gonna give him that unconditional love or whatever, or give him that bond. So I can see why he would be easier to turn for Carmilla, and two, how Dracula would be able to sense it and like would go to Isaac first, instead of going to Hector and trying to get Hector back on his side or persuade Hector in any sort of way. Like now it makes more sense on why he focused on Isaac and why he thinks that Isaac is his only friend.
It was interesting when they were talking about Hector and said like Hector's a child. Like he he doesn't understand what Dracula's really doing. All he understands is like pets. And sort of like through the lens of pets. And so wanting to keep the humans as pets or have some as pets, like that is what makes sense to Hector, because that is his existence. That's what he knows. And it's been interesting the way the word pet has been thrown around.
A lot, yeah.
Obviously, when Camilla says he kept his wife as a pet, she says it with a degree of disgust. She says it with, this thing of like, pets are so beneath us. She was so much less than because she was kept as a human and made to be the pet instead of an equal and a vampire. I am kind of curious what exactly a pet means to Hector. Because he obviously cares about his animals. But, you hear some people talk about their dogs, and I mean, like in our case, they're our fur babies. They are part of our family. They are very much like members in this household. I wouldn't say like they're pets. Like I think of pet as being somehow like a thing versus like, they're actually members of our family. They are our fur babies.
Like a goldfish is a pet.
Sure. Poor goldfish. But I kind of wonder, what does pet mean to Hector? Because I don't think it's the same as what it means to Camilla. But I'm not entirely sure that it is love and family either. Like, I don't know if Hector has the ability to know what those things are.
I don't think he does.
So that was kind of just something that came up as they were talking about Hector and who he was. And we keep hearing the word pet. And it was kind of like in this episode that I was like, okay, so Isaac seems to be freakishly loyal. Seems to perhaps have a greater maturity, maybe a higher emotional intelligence. I mean, He certainly keeps his cool. And correct me if I'm wrong in my memory on this, I don't really think Camilla's approached him.
No.
And probably with good reason.
Yeah.
And, I mean, now we've seen he's very strong.
Yeah.
And he doesn't screw around. So, if you do cross him, and by him, I really mean Dracula, because I don't think Isaac really acts on his own behalf or for his own well-being.
No, I don't think he takes anything really personally.
But he follow the commander's intent. That is his purpose in life. His purpose is to serve Dracula, and he will be the best number 2 lieutenant person that ever walked the face of the earth to Dracula, because that is now his life's purpose.
So I like the Sypha and Belmont getting closer and joking about the name Trevor and Treffa and Treffy, whatever the new nickname is going to be. And then her explaining the difference between the coldness of and sadness of Alucard versus the sadness of Belmont, but that Belmont there still seems to be I guess some humanity there, or some sort of warmth in character. But all that being said, while this has been nice, I kind of need some action next episode. I'm hoping that they can go back to just kicking a little bit of butt.
There's the segue that I thought you meant you needed Sypha and Trevor to get busy. It's been cute, they're flirting, but can we just get to the sex now?
Yeah. Next episode, I just need some hardcore banging.
My God.
From them. Not all the episode. It can just be half of the episode. No. I want them to it doesn't even need to be a fighting sequence, but something needs to happen down there. They need to find what they were looking for, or some kind of clue. It's just I love that they're taking their time with this, but I'm reaching that point with them, at least. Not so much with Dracula's and the whole, it's very much Game of Thrones, or the Tudors, or anything with a court. And there's
political intrigue.
Yeah, the political intrigue and the backstabbing and the conniving and seeing who's loyal. That's fascinating. So even though we got some action in this one, they went and they slaughtered a bunch of people, it wasn't really a fight. It wasn't a fair fight. It was just seeing people just get massacred. And they'll cut off the head and then drinking from the body. That was kind of cool.
I like the bonding moments in particular because I feel like the writers and the actors are doing such a great job with Trevor and Sypha, because it doesn't come easy.
Yeah, true.
they have a connection. They have a chemistry. There's obviously an attraction. But there's so much baggage.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on Belmont's side, but on both. And they come from 2 totally different worlds. And the world is on like fire right now.
Yeah.
And Dracula wants to kill everybody, and you know, they're hanging out with Dracula's son, so they have a constant third wheel. So I do like the way that they set up those moments and the way that they play them out, because it's not overt in your face flirting. It's not too cute, but it's like they just find that ability to connect. Mm-hmm. Which, especially for Belmont, I think like that's probably all he's capable of right now in this moment, because he doesn't connect with people. Like this kind of a new thing for him right now. He's been the drunk in the bar having bar fights. He hasn't been somebody having like real person to person connections, or let's talk about your family, and like, you know, like he's not having those kinds of relationships.
Who knows how long it's been since he's had that. Exactly.
So I do like the fact that they didn't go, oh, here's our couple, they're gonna be the love interest and love story.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they didn't push that on us, but they've allowed it to be in the story without making it kind of obnoxious.
And I don't even really like, I mean, it could go that way, but I don't even think it's like a certainty that they're gonna like be like a couple and that it's gonna end up like that.
Nope. So
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not like I'm rooting for them to get together, but like, you know, if they get together, great. But it's also like, I don't think it's like inevitable that they do. So like you said, like, yeah, they do a good job of like not forcing them.
Yep.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access to our reactions, we're about a month ahead on our YouTube edits. Yep. And we're even farther ahead on our full watch-along reactions. You can get a link to Patreon down below in the description of this video. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Castlevania Season 2, Episode 4, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.